How are you doing? For those who don't know, my name's Lolo. I go by Lolo on the channel, Holistic Flow, whatever. My name's Lauren. I do videos here on YouTube about purpose, finding a way out of the matrix. That means what is keeping you from being most fulfilled in life and focus on what serves you and leave what doesn't. And I do that by two ways. I'll do that by talking about your lock journey and also talk about a more purpose filled life, how to find more joy through your relationships, your health, and finding more abundance. And now, today, just to introduce you all to the live stream, we're going to be talking about how to escape the matrix. What I mean by that is the matrix of the grind of life, the grind of trying to find your it or your purpose or your thing that you do and make it work for you. And that's a constant struggle that people have when they feel like they have to fit inside of a box. And when you feel like fitting inside that box, like when you get a college degree and you have loans, but you still don't know what you want, that's like something that a lot of people can relate to. And if you're just coming in, and if you can relate to having gone through all these years of school and still paying for your school, but not doing what really fulfills you, put a one in the chat. Also, if you're watching this on the replay or later on after it's up on the YouTube, then put replay in the chat. Thank you all for the last live stream that you all watched back. So now that you comment replay, when you watch it on the replay, I can tell who is here watching it after the fact. And I didn't know that you all watched it after the fact. So thank you very much. So again, if you're watching it replay, type replay, but we're here live right now. So put a one in the chat if you can relate with having so much of knowledge about things, but not much inner wisdom on what you know that you want to do with your heart. You just have the things that you've learned through skills and talents. What's up? What's up? If you're coming in, say what's up in the chat. So let's see, I already did the introduction. During this live stream, I'll share a few tips on how to overcome the hustle and bustle and the brain fog around this constant strive for purpose in life and why so many of us feel like it's so forceful to strive for purpose after we've given so much into our education, into our schooling, into our knowledge, and then we still feel unfulfilled after we've given everything. And throughout the live stream today, I'll be answering a little bit of questions, but most of the time I'll leave the questions for the end. Hey everyone. Montel said, put a one in the chat, said that you can agree with feeling like you're in this loop of not feeling fulfilled, even though you've went through what's in the title, right? What's up? Hey everybody. They say just remember what I like during childhood. I'll definitely get into a lot of what I feel like contributes to the feeling of not feeling fulfilled. Basically, you are told or asked all your life, what do you want to be when you grow up, or what do you want to do when you grow up? And then you have these expectations of what it's going to be like as an adult. Once you get there, it's all these responsibilities. And on top of that, you change your way of being and way of thinking and navigating throughout life, especially if you've gone to college, like undergrad, and lived on a college campus and went through the whole thing where you're rebuilding or reframing your thought process around what you know to be true. Because a lot of our parents, our elders, in good spirits and with a good heart, they teach us things, or they bring us up in an environment that tells us that, oh, this is the truth, or this is the way that the truth should be. And then you get on a college campus, or you get wherever you get to, and you learn new information. It's like in a whole other world because you're exposed to different things or other things. And then you're like, but I have a new truth. And then with that comes a new evolution or a new iteration of who you know yourself to be, or a new concept. So, New York in the chat. Yeah, let me know. Thank you for that. Let me know where y'all from, what city y'all from. All right, Jamaican background. I don't know if you're asking me that or them that, but no, I don't have a Jamaican background. I don't think at all. Just you know, I have mostly Nigerian, if you're asking me that. All right, so let's go ahead and get into it. I don't want to make this live stream too long, and I want to do probably like a hard stop at 7 p.m. I'm at 6:09 p.m. Eastern Standard Time right now. I also want to mention, and I'll mention it again throughout, that my retreat, Crown Connection Retreat, addresses these very things. So my Crown Connection Retreat, I done a few different iterations of this retreat, but if you're constantly struggling with instability, whether it's like mentally, emotionally, physically, if you're constantly yearning for deeper relationships, or whether that's like romantic relationships or relationships with other people, like you just feel like you can't really connect like you used to be able to, or like you want to, or you just feel like you have to dim your light in certain areas, but you just want to emerge from this shell or this box that you feel like you've been put in, based upon society's expectations of what you feel like you should be doing, or what path that you feel like you should be on, then my retreat is great for you. I have about 12 spaces left for the retreat, and it's going to be in May 2024. So I have the website for the retreat. I'll drop the website for the retreat, but also I know that the retreat as well, the tickets are on sale right now. I want to also offer a question and answer session for you all who are really, really interested in the retreat, but you just don't know if you can commit to it. So if you want to learn more about the retreat, it's in the chat. So go to that link. I literally just dropped it in the chat. That's my page for the retreat, the info page. You can find everything there. However, if you're like, I like the idea of the retreat, but I want to know a little bit more, or I just want to become more comfortable with it before I commit monetarily, then go ahead and sign up for a clarity call. On a clarity call, it would be a call with a group setting, but a small, really small group setting with me, and I'll answer all of your questions. I'll also give a little bit more of a sneak peek into what you can expect from the retreat. But and that clarity call link is, I'm going to drop it right now. So you can hop on a free call with me on Zoom. I will drop the link here, and I will go ahead and sign up for that. Even if know that you want to commit to it, but you aren't completely sure about it. I'm from Pretoria, South Africa. That's what's up. That's what's up. Thanks for dropping in the chat, y'all, where you're from. I love to hear that. Will you post content about your retreat? I'm far away and I won't make it, but I'm interested in it. Yeah, I definitely will. When we're at the retreat, I definitely will get a lot of photos and videos. I have, so the retreat, where the retreat is located in Pennsylvania in the US, we have been there before, like we meaning me and some other friends that I have who are in the yoga meditation space, mindfulness space. And I was there twice over the last 2 years for because I was a yoga teacher for that retreat, and one of my friends was hosting a retreat. So I've been at the location. I know the owners of the location. I know the staff very well. So it is definitely an amazing space, a very relaxing space. And if you look on the website, or on my website, you can find their website and look more in depth about the facilities and everything like that. But yeah, I will be posting a lot of content when we're at the retreat. And this definitely won't be my first in person or my last in person event. So look out for that. San Francisco, California. All right, San Francisco in the house. All right, y'all. So getting into this topic of like overcoming society's perceptions, that's really what it is. That's really what it comes down to. When you're feeling like you're just not able to live up to what you're supposed to live up to, this is all a perception of what you're supposed to be doing at a specific time. So I recently talked about in a video about how why stress and anxiety is so heavily dependent on how far behind we feel like we are in life, and about the illusion of feeling far behind, or the illusion of feeling left behind, because especially in today's world, it feels like it's moving so fast. It feels like it's moving at 100 miles per hour with all this technology. We got like AI, we got all the things going on in the government, or in the American government. We got all these things going on in the world, and all this catastrophe, and it's like thing after thing. And then plus, I know a lot of people going through something like this, when you have a college degree but you're still paying loans. It's like, I mean, there's people who have grandkids still paying loans, but at the same time, a lot of us are in our 20s or early 30s and still dealing with stuff like this. And I would say it's all about how you're perceiving how far behind you are in life. And we wouldn't even perceive that if we weren't comparing our path to the generic path. Like, there's this generic path of, okay, you go through K through 12, and then K through 12 is really there to prepare you for college, and then college is there to prepare you for the workforce. But during that, there's so much evolution that happens that before you're in college or even thinking about what you want to do, you're just exploring your options. And there's not enough room in between once you graduate, or if you even didn't go to college, before you get past that experience where you're in that learning and growth phase. In between there and maybe the end of your 20s, I feel like that should be the primary time that we are spending time to get to know ourselves more and experience new things. Like, think about it. We go from school to school to school to education to work to work to work to work to responsibilities of life. And to be honest, there's not a lot of downtime in between that. Think about it. Like, you can get so burnt out just going from thing to thing to thing, because each thing prepares you for the next thing. It's like each thing, like in K through 12, you're thinking about, oh, I got to get ready for college. In college, you're thinking about, oh, I got to get ready to go out into the workforce. In the workforce, you're thinking about, oh, I got to get ready to put in my 2 weeks and get this other higher paying job so I can pay these bills, and then on and on and on. And it's like, where is the time that we're supposed to have that's marked out for just trying new things and staying creative? And that's where I want to get into this discussion. Hi, I'm glad I found your channel. Thanks so much. Your videos are so helpful. I'm so glad they are. Let me go ahead and pick up. Sorry, I had to pick up my phone because I have my notes on my phone that are keeping me on track for this whole discussion. All right, so yeah, again, if you're on the replay, type replay in the chat. If you're coming in, let me know where you're from. Let me know how, and also give this live stream a thumbs up so that other people can find it, because it's gonna be some fire information that we're talking about, and some great discussions that we're gonna have as well. So yeah, comment where you're from. If you can relate to having a college degree but still paying college loans, I'm actually paying student loans, to be honest with you, then type a 1 in the chat if you're still paying student loans, because a lot of students are still paying student loans, so it's crazy. Has college helped you earn more money in your field? Are you currently working in the field that you studied in college? Okay, so what I'm gonna do is it okay if I save the questions for the end? Because I don't want to get too off topic, but I promise you all I'm going to go back through like the questions that are like multiple questions. Please do still ask them, but I promise I'm gonna go back through all the questions towards the end so that don't get like too off topic. But rough answer, yes. But I'm gonna go more into depth later on. I promise. Can you do a video on how to raise your vibrational frequency? I actually already have one. It was way long ago, so I might do another one actually. All right, so like the first thing I have here is how mindfulness helps overcome society's expectations on you. So like there's this weight of the expectations, whatever it is expected of you to do. We just finished the holiday season, so I'm sure a lot of people got the question asked from their parents, like, when you gonna get married, when you gonna have kids, or when you gonna go to this next job, etc. The path that we're on is our path for a reason. There's nobody on your path. There's nobody behind you. There's nobody in front of you, because your path is your path and your lane is your lane. So it's like we can stay in our lane. Oh, welcome from Florida. That's what's up. That's what's up. And then it's like, what does it mean to find more purpose in life? And I think that's what we really need to focus on, because one thing I've started to learn more and more is that there's people who are making, okay, let's see. Let's start over. There's people who are making a good amount of money right now, but they're like, if I just made 10,000 more dollars a year, I could do this, and that. And I could reach this goal, that goal, and that goal. There's people who say, and I used to be one of these people, so don't worry if this is you. There's people who used to say, who say currently, oh, if I was making this amount of money, then I would be able to pay my tithes if you pay your tithes. There's other people who say, if I was making this amount of money, then I would donate to charity, but I ain't got it right now. If I was making this amount of money, I would pull over and give that man $10 who's on the side of the road with a sign. And so, but like, what happens when you get that money though? Like, what happens when you get that $10,000 raise? Here's what happens. You end up increasing the amount that you spend monthly or annually, so that it's as if you didn't start making more money at all. It's as if you didn't start making more money at all, because your mindset was already primed to be able to allocate where that money was going before you even got it. So what that is like a lack mindset. Where am I going with this? This is why I need to keep my notes here so I don't go off topic. Oh, more purpose in your life. So a lot of us are wanting the monetary growth, or the financial fulfillment of like increasing our pay or getting paid more. And I understand, like, this society does not, that this society honestly is not built to support W-2 workers. It's honestly built to support employ non-employees, like 1040, or entrepreneurs. The way that taxes are set up, y'all, and I'm not a tax expert, so I'm not taking it, don't take this as legal tax advice or anything like that, but I'm telling you, the tax system is not set up at all, is not designed at all to benefit you if you're an employee of a company. It's set up to benefit everybody who's an entrepreneur. And that's why I'm going to get into later on, starting to move out of the 9 to 5 mentality, because it's more of a mentality than a state of being. But anyways, the reason why people start to increase the amount that you spend as you increase the amount that you get is because of a lack mentality. Like, imagine if you grew up hungry, like hungry, and you every meal you got, it might be your last meal, or you felt like it might be your last meal. So every meal you got, you scarf it down. You scarf it down, because when you get it, you use it. You use all of it, because it's like you may not get it before. And that's the, what's it called, mentality of lack. And that keeps us from gaining a higher purpose in life, because we end up perpetuating this cycle of non-abundance. We start to mistrust our own judgment, and then we start to also mistrust the way the system is set up for us. Look, there are systems in place that aren't to everybody's benefit, but at the same time, what you speak into your life will come to be. Like, whatever you think with emotion, and whatever you start to speak that you want, and if you speak it over and over and over again, you can call into or start to attract the tools in your life to be able to bring that to you. And that's the same thing with purpose. I feel like I need to take a breath, because I've been talking nonstop. But you know what I'm saying? Like, once you start to find more abundant frame of mind or abundant way of thinking, that purpose or that fulfillment will start to come more and more, because then you'll start to feel like you can also take a little bit more of control of how your life comes to be. It's not just, oh, fate. It's not just whatever happens, happens. It's like, no, whatever happens is in a large part a outcome of the fruits of our mind, or the fruits of our mentality. I like to say this, and hear this really, really clearly. I like to say this, that 10% of your life is what happens to you, and 90% of your life is how you choose to respond to it. So 10% of your life is what happens in your life, and then 90% of how your life is, it's how you respond to the things that happen in your life. 90%. That's a lot of percentage of how we choose to react, of how we choose to speak about our circumstance, of how we choose to speak about our luck, our good luck or bad luck, of how we choose to speak about our karma. And all that goes into purpose, because it's like with all of those things, we're setting our intention. And I just want to pause here and and make sure y'all on the same page with me, because we about like 20 minutes into this thing. So again, if you're vibing with it, then put a 1 in the chat. If you still have more questions, put a 2 in the chat. I'm gonna get to the questions in maybe about like 10 minutes, because I have some questions that I want to ask you all, and then I have to give you all a chance to ask your questions. Again, I'm just gonna say, for those who just hopped on, all of these things and topics I will uncover in my retreat, Crown Connection Retreat. It is a 4-day and 3 nights experience, glamping. So it's going to be camping, but glamping, glamorous camping, in Everett, Pennsylvania. If you have not heard about my retreat, I will, for those who just came in, again, I will drop it into the chat, the link. I'll drop the link into the chat so you can just learn a little bit more information about my retreat. It's going to be in May of this year, May 23rd to, that's a Thursday, May 23rd to Sunday, May 26th. Also, feel free to bring a friend. Once you bring a friend, you'll get a special something in your goodie bag. For me, I will hand out goodie bags throughout the retreat. But if you're not completely sure if you want to commit to the retreat yet, I have an interest meeting called a clarity call, where you can gain more clarity about if it's for you. And then I'll drop that link right underneath the retreat link. So there you go. If you want to hop on a call with me, I have one next Thursday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So hop on a call with me, get all your questions asked. And yeah, so. Okay, now I'm going to talk about our careers. I'm not a career coach or anything like that. However, we live in an age where it's like a lot of people are starting to make their own jobs and careers out of social media, or, everybody wants to be an entrepreneur or an influencer. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that, because I think a lot of that is just adapting to the times that we're in. Because let's face it, everything that we use comes with an app. Like Uber, you call it Uber through an app. You want to get a discount on something online, or on your Shein order, or whatever, wherever you order from, there's an app for that. If you want to go to Target, if you want to order your stuff from Target and pick it up, there's an app for that. Like, there's an app to order your groceries and pick them up. There's an app for everything. So, to track your weight and stuff like that. So as technology becomes a part of our everyday life, I think we're just adapting to the times. If you can relate to that, put a 1 in the chat, y'all. With that, aligning to your purpose, not your purpose, because that's so generic. Let's talk about that. We can have more than one purpose, or multiple purposes in life. Your channel need way more subscribers. No, I appreciate that. And it definitely will. Like, we're definitely growing a lot. So I appreciate all of you all who are recently subscribed as well. We're going to keep growing. Honestly, we're going to keep growing. So I appreciate everybody who's been here since the beginning, and until then, because it's been 3 years, y'all. What do you think about if we were to use the skills that we have and the things that we naturally do well, and combine them with what we naturally enjoy doing on our free time? So think about this. What do you like doing on your free time? Do you like doing art? Do you like looking up articles on science? Do you enjoy calling up your friends and giving them advice? So I feel like when we combine our skills, which is, I feel like our skills are things that, hey, if everybody who just checked in, Rick, let me know where you're from. Let me know where you're from in the chat. If you just came in, let me know where you're from. What city? So we're talking about purpose and aligning your purpose with your career. Because here's the thing. A lot of people are making above the national average, and they're just as depressed as people who are making money below the national average. And you know what's crazy? A lot of people in life, they're like, oh my gosh, I can't wait till I make this amount of money. Then I'm going to get the house that I wanted. Then I'm going to be able to get the car that I wanted. And then I'm going to be more relieved. Well, guess what? It's like once you get those physical things, the relief is not going to come like you thought it was going to come, because the happiness or the relief is not in the amount of things that you have. Because there's people living completely comfortable and joyful, making 50,000 a year, 50,000 a year. And that's like 20,000 below the national average. And then there's people living comfortably, and then there's people living check to check, making $100,000 a year. Paycheck to paycheck, 100,000. We got Florida in the house. We got Chicago, right? So listen to this. If people who are in careers who are making a lot of money, and your happiness isn't equivalent with whether or not you're living paycheck to paycheck or not. There are people who are making 100,000 and can, financially support everything that they have. But it's all about, if you're sacrificing your health and mental well-being for a job that, pays you good money, but even when you get there, you realize that mental stability is not in how financially stable you are, then we get spiritual growth. Like, you know what I'm saying? Then we get more purpose in life, because we get to see that it's like whatever society painted an image of what mental stability and physical stability looks like. We actually have to, sometimes that comes at the expense of our mental stability when we're more financially stable, because we're sacrificing or slaving away. Not everybody, but a lot of people were slaving away at something that we hate. And if you think about it, we spend a lot more time at work than at any other place that we go to. So this wraps all the way around our discussion about purpose. Start to drop questions in the chat. Drop questions in the chat, because you all's questions that you asked earlier, I'm going to start to go back through them. I promise y'all. So keep letting me know where you're from. If you're on the replay, type replay in the chat, because this is going to get good. This is going to get really good. All right. So here's, did I address this? Isolation, feelings of isolation, y'all. Isolation is so important and we're still on the topic or around the topic of, getting a college degree and having student loan debt, but still being unstable. It's because if we're going to be in debt, and I gotta be honest, I'm in debt, but I still have a good credit score though. I still have a good credit score because I handle my debt wisely. But if we're gonna be in debt and still unsure about what we really want out of life, I believe that we're always innately sure. We're always innately sure. It's simply that there's a lot of stuff or garbage, honestly, built up in our mental space by society, saying that you need to continue to do this, this, and this, and that in order to gain stability or keep your stability. And we are fearful of removing that safety net, because there's other assets or assets involved in that safety net that we would lose, or that we feel like would crumble and fall if we remove that safety net. And this is all for every individual person to assess for themselves. It may not be your job, it may be your relationship that's costing you your financial stability. Like it could be your friendships that costing you your financial stability. Therefore, re wraps itself onto why you're still unsure about what you want out of life. Therefore, goes ties into why you're not living out your or fulfillment by doing the things that you love, because environment is everything. Are y'all still with me? Let me know in the chat. Are y'all still with me? Environment is literally everything. Oh, that's my stomach growling. So building important connections and relationships are probably the second most important thing to building a more purposeful life, purposeful career, and walking in your more authentic self, so you can uncover all the garbage that society has fed us about why we're unsure. And you know why I think that no one's really unsure? We're all just, in a way, hypnotized by the way society has conditioned us. You know how I feel like, or how I know that we're all truly sure about what we want on the subconscious level? It's that when I look at children, they're so sure of themselves. Like they're so confident of themselves. And I believe the reason why God wants us to have a childlike heart is because deep down inside, we're still that child. We can still obtain that childlike heart. Children are super raw about their emotions and not afraid to show them, not afraid to cry, not afraid to throw a temper tantrum. They're not afraid to tell you how they really feel. I have a story to tell y'all, a quick story, and then I'm going to get back into this. There was a child, never mind, I'm not going to tell the story because it is going to take me off. But anyways, children also, in addition to knowing themselves, children never give up on what they want to do. The reason why is because we do this even before we can walk. When a baby or when an infant is trying to learn how to walk, they never give up. They never give up on anything because they know innately that they can do whatever they put their mind to do. So why don't we know that? When a baby is learning how to walk, the baby falls on its butt over and over and over and over and over and over and over again, day after day after day. The baby never says to itself, I keep falling on my butt when I try to walk. Maybe I should take up crawling. Maybe crawling is for me. Maybe that's what I'm just supposed to do all my life. I'm just supposed to crawl. No, because the baby sees that other people walking and they're like, I'm meant to do that too. I can walk too. Even though I keep falling on my butt, I have faith and I know that's what I'm supposed to be doing. So I'm going to do it one day. And then eventually the baby starts doing it. It's like, that's what a childlike heart really is. It's like innately knowing yourself. And we also have that. Why? Because we had it ever since we were born. So it's like, it's just all the stuff that we've learned throughout our life makes us feel more stuck, but we're not. We just feel stuck in our conscious, but it's like we're not stuck. We can just uncover that stuff by moving toward, honestly, sometimes the things that scare you. Let's look at these comments. I learned that at a young age. Oh, Chicago in the house. That's what's up. I learned that at a young age ago. Oh, go debt free. Yeah. It honestly depends, y'all, because I'm not like a financial expert. So again, don't take it as financial advice. But if you're an entrepreneur, debt can actually be leveraged to your benefit if you're an entrepreneur. Wow, I made it in love with your content. Much love from Maryland. Hey, I'm in Maryland too. Did y'all know that? That's what's up. I'm here. That's what's up. Yeah, thank y'all for coming. The live stream isn't over yet. I'm just thanking y'all. Give it a thumbs up if you enjoy it so far. Cool. So now I'm about to start taking your questions because I'm interested in to know what you all know about or what you all are interested in asking me. I'm gonna go back through a couple of questions here from the beginning of the chat. I was gonna crack my back. Yeah, so no, I don't have a Jamaican background. I think I don't know if I honestly do not know all of it for sure, like off the top of my head. But first is Nigerian. It's like 70% of what I'm Nigerian, and then Congolese. Um, what is it? Nigerian, Congolese, and what is it? I know it. I forgot. It might come back to me later. Will you post content about your retreat? Yeah, I answered that one. Yes, I will. So again, the retreat, y'all, everything that I just said, I'm talking about still being unsure about what you truly want out of life, but you know that your heart desires something more than what you're doing now. You just want to break free from those confines and from that box so that you can find more joy in life, find more authentic relationships, and move towards higher purpose in your life. So again, that retreat, Crown Connection, is now available for you to reserve your spot. It's the link is in the chat. It is going to be in May. If you are interested in the retreat, you want to know more about it for free, you can come to my retreat interest meeting. I'll talk to you about or answer all your questions, talk to you about some of the in depth, more of the activities that will be coming out. And then you'll also get a sneak peek about the itinerary for the retreat. We'll be doing a lot of fun activities. I'm going to be having a sip and paint. We're going to do s'mores. We're going to be by the campfire. The cabins, y'all, the cabins that we're staying in at the retreat, y'all. They have like a skylight view so that in the morning you wake up to the sun, in the evening you go to sleep with the stars. So it has an open window on the front if you're in a top bunk or on the side. And it helps sync your body back to your circadian rhythm. We'll be doing daily mindfulness sessions, or we'll do a scripting, journaling sessions. We'll also learn about some herbalism. I have a herbalist coming to teach us about plant medicine, how to heal your body from the inside out. Y'all, it's gonna be awesome. It's gonna be awesome. All right, next question. DJ says, has college helped you earn more money in your field? Are you currently working in the field that you studied in college? So, yes to both of those answers, actually. I went to college at Winston-Salem State University in North Carolina. I'm not from North Carolina, but I just went to school there. I have some family in North Carolina. So, first of all, I went to college on a scholarship for singing in the choir. So, if most of you all don't know, but I sing pretty well. The intro to my channel is me singing like all of those little chords, and then I put it together. So I sung professionally in college for about 4 years, but I majored in exercise physiology, exercise science. From that, I learned a lot about anatomy in the body. I wanted to be a personal trainer when I first went into that degree, but excuse me. But throughout the second half of my college, I got more into the mind body aspect of things. I wanted to more so be a yoga teacher, but I am working in the field currently. So to answer your second question, I currently am a stretch therapist, so I offer those services. I'm a stretch therapist and yoga teacher and meditation teacher. So I feel like a lot of the things that I learned in college still apply. Plus, I took advantage of not only going to my classes, but also learning from other professors that I wasn't even taking their class. Like I took a whole bunch of other different classes that involve like health or history or Black history or African ancestry, or learning about different African tribes in college, and history of Africa and the Americas. I took a lot of like history classes too that helps me more so get back in tune with myself and ancestry. So I would say in a large part, yes, it did help, because the last two jobs that I've had, I've used my major to help get into that job. Can you do a video on how to raise your vibrational frequency? Yes, I can. Let me write that down right now. If you all have questions in the chat, feel free to put them down in the chat right now. I'm going to open up this time for you all to ask your questions, and I love to answer your questions about this topic. Yeah, we're growing a lot. So I thank you all for being subbed, subscribed. I appreciate all your comments and your interaction as well on the channel because you're helping it grow. Like, y'all are the ones helping it grow with your interaction. I just posted videos. I just talk about what I like to talk about. I feel like this camera is kind of crooked. Yeah, a lot of people don't know that I said that I sing well, but I just don't. I used to sing a lot, and then I also used to play the piano when I was younger. I just never picked it back up after college. From Belgium, that's what's up. Hey, Belgium in the house. Yeah, let me know what questions y'all have. Again, go ahead and visit the page for my retreat. I'll send the link to the retreat interest meeting as well because everything we're talking about in this chat, in this live stream as well, we'll be expounding more upon. Oh, there's a fly in my face. We'll be expounding more upon that in at the retreat. The Connection retreat is for anyone who feels stuck in the matrix of 9 to 5 life, stuck in the version of yourself that you're dimming your light to help other people feel larger. You feel disconnected from yourself and from others, and just feel like whatever your central goal or purpose or vision is for yourself is a little bit clouded and you need to bring clarity to that. The Crown Connection retreat is perfect for you. So again, I would love to talk to you all. You can book your call with me right there in that link. So hop on a call with me. I'm doing one on Thursday, on next Thursday. So if you all don't have any questions right now, I'm sure you'll have some in a little bit. Someone asked me a question on my last live stream, but I was literally about to close it down, so I closed down the live stream right before they posted the question. And they posted the question, but the live stream had ended, so I couldn't answer it. But so now's your chance to ask the questions that you want to ask. I'm not doing any questions about locks right now because I do certain live streams for that, so I want to cater to both communities. In what ways can you become motivated to be more productive and less complacent? That's a good question. So I feel like, so lately I've been reading or listening to a lot of audiobooks, and I recently listened to an audiobook called, Hey Mike, by the way. Hey, how you doing? Like, me and Mike were in college together, in a choir together, actually. So, yeah, I think that it largely depends on how you view yourself. So it's largely about your self-image. The book Atomic Habits for me debunked the idea that if you don't do something, like if you know that you're supposed to lose weight but you don't work out, or if you know you're supposed to eat better but you don't do it, that the idea that it's because you're lazy or because you're unmotivated. But really, the reason why athletes work out every day is because they know that if they don't, they're probably gonna be ridiculed by their team. They might get kicked off the team, and that's just what athletes do. That's just what athletes do. They work out every day. That's the culture around it. The reason why I what do I do? What's something that I do? I don't know. The reason why I go live is because I'm a YouTuber, and I know if I don't go live or if I don't post on YouTube or if I don't post any videos, y'all probably gonna be like, where you at? You know what I'm saying? We want more videos. You know, where the YouTube shorts at? And because I'm a YouTuber, that's what YouTubers do, or content creators do. So the idea around that is two things, twofold. One, it's all about your self identity, because if you don't see yourself, if you're trying to be more motivated to stick to your diet, why would you stick to your diet if there's no repercussion for not sticking to your diet? Like, if there's no, this is a good one. Our mind is not trained to respond to long term backlash. What am I trying to say? Our mind is not trained to respond to like long term. What's that called? What's that word called? Long-term consequences. So if you eat a hamburger today and you're on a diet, if you eat a hamburger today, it's not going to make you fat tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? Like if you drink a Diet Coke today, it's not going to give you diabetes tomorrow. But if you drink a Coke every day for a year, it probably will. So, but our mind is not thinking about that because our mind is trained to prioritize the information that we have right now. So, one, if you're trying to be more motivated to do something, it's like, what is that thing? I'm a huge proponent in like writing stuff down. So, like, start to write it down, envision yourself doing it. And maybe, just maybe, once you get more clear about what exactly you're trying to do, what exactly you're trying to be motivated around, then create a consequence for yourself that if you don't do that thing, that it's going to hold you accountable. Because if you're not accountable, then you're just not going to do it, plain and simple. Or you're probably not going to stick to it if you're not already a disciplined person. Because some people are just more disciplined and more hard on themselves by nature. And then the other twofold to that is that if you don't see yourself as the identity of that person, then you won't do it. Like, athletes work out because they are an athlete, and that's what athletes do. They go to practice and stuff like that. And also they are in an environment where working out is encouraged. So if you're trying to read more, but you're in an environment and all your friends are like movie heads and they only watch movies, they hate reading books, then what do you think you're going to do? You're probably not going to read because nobody's encouraging you to read and your environment is not supportive of it. And also, if you have never read before, you don't see yourself as a reader, you don't identify as someone who thrives in that space, you're probably not going to stick to it anyways. So change your identity around it by also changing the people who you are around. If you want to get disciplined in reading, join a book club. If you want to get disciplined in working out, hit somebody up on Instagram who works out. That's why people get personal trainers. That's why they're so transformational. Put yourself in the environment because environment is everything, everything. So yeah, productivity is all about like putting yourself in the environment. I feel like that goes for one, and then change your identity around who you are and make a consequence for yourself if you don't do that thing. Ola, I remember in one of your videos you talked about how I used to eat real bad ice cream every night. Oh, how I used to eat. I did eat ice cream every night. That's crazy. I can't remember. I can't believe I used to do that. And I've always been like the same size all my life. Can you do a video on food and like addiction or something like that? I don't know. Yeah, sure, for sure. So here's the thing. I do a lot of videos on things that I personally relate to, and things that I've been through myself. And it's kind of difficult for me to do a video on. I can do a video on why I used to eat ice cream, but honestly, I was a kid. And I did that all the way up until high school. The other thing is, I used to eat popcorn every single Friday. I still eat like that. Damn, how do I? I don't eat like that, but I eat a lot. I eat a lot of food in one sitting. But it's like, I can't sit here and say that there's a bad food, that there's a bad food. So I'll just say this, like, there's no such thing as a bad diet. There's no such thing as a good diet, you know? Like a good diet means that the foods work well with your body, your metabolism, your blood type. There's a lot of things that go into it, your skin type, like, and the way that you can find that out is like look at your ancestry. Like, most black people are lactose intolerant for a reason, because dairy don't sit well in our stomach. And I feel like that's because most black people are also type O blood. Now, I don't know about y'all, but I think blood type has a lot to do with what you eat and like how food processes. So I think instead of seeing food as bad or good, and this goes hand in hand with addiction, because instead of seeing food as like a bad food for you or a good food for you, it's like, how does it work with your body? And I think here's a good tip I learned about addiction. If you have a food addiction and you start to notice that it's because of, again, your environment. So if you're going to the grocery store and you're always hungry when you go to the grocery store, eat before you go to the grocery store, eat a snack. Also, where are things located in your kitchen or in your pantry? So if you have a food addiction to chips and you bought the chips, they're in your pantry, but you try not to eat the chips, don't put them at eye level. Like most of us have our snacks at eye level. Do y'all notice that? Go in your closet right now. Look and see. It's gonna be something like Oreos there. It's gonna be something on that shelf that's like you're looking straight at it. It's gonna be some Oreos. It's gonna be something to snack on. Why? Because you always snack on it when you go in the closet, when you go in the pantry. So if anything, that's a really good advice. Like change your environment, change where things are located. This is really good. There's an experiment in the same book, Atomic Habits book that I was talking about, that the writer of the book, he would always buy apples at the grocery store, because when you go to the grocery store, you see, oh, there's apples. I want to start being more healthy. So he bought the apples and he put the apples in the bin, in the bottom bin of his fridge. Because the bin is all the way at the bottom of the fridge, you're not going to actively look at the bottom of the fridge. And plus, you're going to reach whatever, you're going to grab for whatever is most accessible to you. So he didn't eat the apples, but when he put the apples in the fruit bin on his counter, he looks at his counter every day. So he started eating the apples. So, yeah. Great advice. The environment is important. Yeah, it sure is. It's like one of the most important things. To your credit, the previous answer you provided for my help with my question as well. Great. I'm so glad. Yeah, keep on dropping some questions in the chat, y'all. I'm going to ask you all some questions as well. If you're enjoying this live stream, make sure to give it a thumbs up, please. And yeah, definitely give it a thumbs up. Share it with somebody else. Let's see. These are some questions that you can think about as you take this topic into your day-to-day life, as we apply it to our day-to-day life. What mindfulness practices have you developed that help you build a deeper and more meaningful connection with yourself? So, what mindfulness practice have you discovered that help you build a more deep and meaningful relationship with yourself? I'll go first. Mine is honestly journaling. I used to hate journaling. Oh my gosh. But I love writing in my planner, but I don't like journaling for some reason. And so there was one time when I was in Target, and Target has the most beautiful journals. And I was in the journal aisle getting a planner, but then I stopped by the journal section, and I was literally there for like 10 minutes looking through the journals, and I was like, I feel like I need to start journaling, but I don't want to. So, and I can't tell you why I don't want to. I just don't feel like journaling. I don't feel like it's in the moment. I don't often feel like it's worth my time. And this is just me being like personable and a human being. It's like something that feels like a task to me. However, meditation feels like it actually really helps, or I know that it's going to help before I do it. So here's the thing with discipline too. It's like getting ready to do the thing is often more annoying than actually doing it. So, for example, a lot of people don't like meditating because the thought of meditating is like, oh, I'm going to have thoughts come up. It's going to be difficult. I'm going to have my mind racing. So those thoughts often keep you from going to meditate, because pre-meditation, you're thinking about how bad your meditation session is going to be. But then when you actually meditate, you're like, oh, that helped. It's the same thing with me and journaling. So, but I would say meditation and journaling are that for me. Will Banks says journaling. Kieran, to answer your question, where can I ask your question about my locks? Oh, so if you ask it under a YouTube video, if it's really in depth, I'm not sure if I can answer it, because what I find is that y'all, like a lot of y'all be asking me law questions, and it's like, I can't see your hair. And I know like a lot of y'all be DMing me, but honestly, it's a lot of DMs. It's a lot of DMs. So, and I don't be on Instagram like y'all think I'll be on Instagram. Like I just schedule my posts and then keep it pushing for real. But what you can do is, I do have the opportunity for you to hop on a call with me, like a one-on-one call. and it is a 30-minute call one-on-one. So, and then I'll also give you some steps that you can take afterwards. So if you really wanted to get a more in-depth answer to your question, you can hop on a one-on-one call with me. And this is an alternative to my Patreon that I had. Let me drop the link in the chat so you all can access that if you want to hop on a one-on-one call with me. You can, boom, you can do it there. So yeah, drop it under like one of my most recent, any lock video, and I'll see it, and I'll, briefly answer a little bit. When someone finds a lifestyle that is comfortable but not too fancy, is it wrong for that person to continue to live in that manner? Or should people continuously progress to a luxurious lifestyle? Ooh, that's a Well, I think that it's all about how you see the lifestyle. Everything's like the same thing can benefit someone differently than the next person. So this often comes up in relationships. That's the first thing I'm thinking of. So like, let's say in a relationship, you value the simpler things in life. You could live in a house with furniture from the thrift store if it's clean, furniture from the thrift store. You know, you don't need no flat screen TV. You just get, a little 50-inch TV, and then you get, but your partner, they want an 80-inch screen TV. They want nice expensive air filters in the house and nice expensive furniture. And it's like that is luxury to them. But to you, minimalism is luxury to you. It's all up to you. But I'll say to the point where when you're comfortable, is it okay to stay stagnant? Well, it's up to you what stagnant means to you, because you mentioned luxurious lifestyle. Luxury is subjective. Luxury to you could be, I have all the basics that I need, and instead of spending my money on nice furniture for my house or Balenciagas or MCM bag or Telfar bag, I'm going to save my money and spend my money on cruises and go on like 4 cruises a year, because that's luxury to me. But I don't care what type of clothes I wear. I could shop at the thrift store if all I want, and that's luxury to me. So it's like, what does luxury look like to you? But I would say the like art of staying stagnant is like, deep down, your heart wants more for life, but you ignore what your heart desires because you want more stability and you want more comfortability. So you stay in a more mundane state of being. Like, if it's out of fear, then that's probably when we should start to get more comfortable with being uncomfortable so you can progress if it's out of fear. But if it's like just the lifestyle that you prefer, then no, there's no problem. There's no problem with doing that. Journaling literally is cashing in a deep conversation with yourself. I discover many things, like the way I truly feel about something, the nuances and multi perspectives, why I do what I do, lessons. Yeah, that's real. I think journaling, you can start with just a couple words on a page or an idea, and then you end up spilling all the tea on like your deeper innermost thoughts and worries. And because you didn't understand that they were in your deeper, darker part of your subconscious, when it comes out, it's like you can't stop writing. So I've written a few times in the past 2 weeks, and it was almost immediate relief. But I think just like with anything, just like for me with meditation, it is a like it is a surefire way to, like, if you are consistent at it, doing it almost daily, that's where you see the true results. Like if you're doing it daily for real. I have another question, and then we can start to wrap the live stream up a little bit. So here's another question. What do you all do to stay creative? Let me know. What do you all do to stay creative? Even if you're watching this on replay, what do you do? Tell me. Vision boards help with having an idea of what you want out of the year. For sure, yes. Y'all, how many of y'all have made your vision boards? Let me know. Have you made your vision board? I haven't made my vision board yet, but I literally have make a vision board every single year, and I was looking up there because I put it up there. I was like, did I? After I said, I was like, did I make my vision board? No, I didn't not make my vision board yet, but every single year when I make my vision board, it turns like half the things on it. I didn't even plan for them to come true, but they just come true because I look at it every single day because I put it right above my desk. How many of y'all have made your vision board? What's on it? If you want to share. If not, that's cool. Let me see. How many of you all make your vision board? And do you make it every year, or is this the first time you made it? Let me know. But yeah, that could be part of your question. So like the question is, what things do you do to foster more creativity in your life? Or stay creative? Excuse me. Because creativity, excuse me, because creativity is super important for your self-expression and expansion too. A lot of people, honestly, the reason we're so anxious and sad is because we're not able to be as creative as we once were when we were little. And we know that we can hone back into the creativity, but it's like life's priorities are keeping us from being super creative. But something that I do to be creative is I actually like to paint. I like to go to sip and paints. I'm doing a sip and paint at my retreat, by the way. I'm doing a sip and paint. I love sip and paints. They're awesome. Something creative. I think journaling is super creative as well. Let me know what y'all do to what do y'all do to stay creative? I feel like this question has to do a lot with protection. Oh, which question? The one about what you do to stay creative, or have you made your vision board? But yeah, I feel like journaling is creative. Something else that I like to do, creativity. Create videos. Oh, that's a huge source of creativity for me. Creating videos and editing them. Yeah, yeah, for sure. Yeah, let me know in the chat what do y'all like to do to be creative. And after that, we'll wrap it. We'll wrap it up. I'm gonna eat dinner. I don't know what I'm gonna eat for dinner, but I'm thinking some eggplant lasagna. Not lasagna, eggplant vegan parmesan. I'm not vegan, but vegan parmesan. Protecting your ideas, your creativity. Like you said, we're kind of trained to not be creative. Ooh, that's so true. Yeah, you gotta protect your creativity for real, because the world will make you feel like you're not supposed to be creative, honestly. So that is super true. Anyways, I'm certainly gonna make my vision board this weekend. Gotta put that on my planner. I made mine this year to be creative. I find what I am most passionate about and go to events where I can showcase and discuss with others with shared interests, like conventions. Oh, that's amazing. That's like, bam. That's what's up. I love conventions and conferences and meetups. Yeah, that is a super huge, like, when to be able to go somewhere where it's like an environment where like You feel, number one, you feel like you can be yourself, your full self, because you're like, oh, this is an environment where I know I belong. Like, and then also everyone there is like interested in similar things that you're interested into, and you can connect and collab and stuff. I make beats. That's what's up. My brother also makes beats. He's an audio engineer. He went to school for audio engineering. So I consider myself musically inclined. I've only let a few people know that I'm about to pick up the bass guitar. If I had let certain people know, I would have received some last pivoting suggestions. Ooh, that's real. Ooh, that's so real. Well, not congratulations. Kudos to everybody on taking up. All of you are right now who are taking up new things or picking up old things that you pushed away or to the side because you didn't think that it was feeding into a central purpose, or for fear that or because you do have to protect. Now I know what you said, like protecting your ideas, because I see what you're saying. People will literally, and it'll be the closest people to you sometimes, to where they'll be like, why are you doing that? That's not gonna make you no money. Why you know you're not that good at that. Like, you know they be trying to plant seeds of doubt in your mind, and that's why you do have to protect your ideas and be really careful who you tell your dreams to. Like I said, I used to play piano. I used to play piano a lot, and I'm musically inclined as well. I have pretty good pitch. I can harmonize all that singing, and it's like the reason why I didn't pick back up piano after college is because honestly, I felt like it wasn't going to contribute to any monetary gain, and it was one of the least favorable ways to like it just felt like it wasn't doing anything for me anymore, which is totally not true. Like anything creative is doing something for you, but we often feel like they're not a necessity. Because they're not a necessity, they're not a priority. So we just kind of like push it to the side and say, oh, I would do that, but I have all these other priorities. But yeah, y'all, so I'm about to wrap up this live stream. Again, if you were on the whole time, I appreciate you. If you just got on a little while ago, I also appreciate you. And thank you all for your interaction, your comments, your love, your support. Again, you can hop on my free clarity call. It's free for the retreat, and in a little group setting. I'll be hosting my first one. I'll host multiple ones before the retreat, so don't worry. But I'm going to be holding my first one next Thursday, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So go ahead and hop on the call, and the link is in the chat. I'll put it in the chat once more if you haven't gotten it. Hop on the clarity call. So it's a call if you're interested in the retreat. It's a retreat interest call where I'll answer all your questions, and we'll have a little chat, and I'll also give you a little sneak peek of the exact activities that we'll be doing at the retreat to help you feel more inspired, feel more in tune with your true self, feel less confined by society's expectations, less stress, less anxiety about what you truly want in life, and deepen your bonds with yourself, with others, and find more meaningful relationships and connections. So stay tuned for the channel tomorrow. I'll be putting out a video. So yeah, if you have any questions, you can drop them underneath a YouTube video. Other than that, you can hop on a paid call. It is a paid call as well. So for a one-on-one call with me for lock journey advice, because a lot of you all have expressed interest in wanting to know one-on-one advice. So if you want more in-depth advice, I can see your hair. I can more so help you, because like on the internet over text or over like word, I can't really help you that much. So definitely reach out to me for that if you want that in-depth advice, and feel free to leave any questions or video requests. All right, y'all, have a great rest of your night, your evening, your weekend, and stay safe. All right, y'all, peace. Drink your water. Peace.